Hello and welcome everyone to another one of my videos. This is Shark number 20 playing in the Sim Nation College Football League under Draft Day Sports College Football 2023. As you can see, we are in the screen of the Iowa State Cyclones, the team with the worst prestige in the league last year, and this year actually we are 4-0, a terrific start of the season for my Cyclones, and all is behind an excellent rushing game. As you can see, we are accumulating just over 300 yards per game, and I'm gonna focus the video today and give a little bit of clinic of what are the things that you have to bear in mind when you build, when you construct your rushing game. Okay, so it all starts in the players. Yeah, that's it. I'm very sorry if you thought about that it was like miracles or cheating plays or something broken in the engine that you could explode. So that is not the case. Well, at least not directly the case. So, as we know, every player with an attribute over 70 is considered a backup. Every player with an attribute over 80 is considered a starter, and every player with an attribute over 90, that is an elite number to have. Okay, so with that in mind, what we want to do is to use these package options that we have. As you can see, I'm actually going to rename this to my typical base offense, which is the passing offense, just to give you an idea. And then I have 3 more options and then 1 enforced by the game. So in the first option I have, just as I said, my passing game. The second option is gonna be my run package, and the third option is gonna be my second run package. Why do I do this? I'll explain it later. Okay, so as we start with the run package, we can see that the most important thing to run is to have a competent running back, at least with starter attributes. And if we come down to the depth chart screen, I just requested for the skill to be added back in there because I truly miss it. I don't want to go into the player to figure out the player skill when I'm comparing like players with similar attributes. Okay, so our starter, our running back 1 is Julian Landry. He is a 3-star freshman, 671 prospect. So as you can see, it's not like he was touted out of high school as the best running back in the league, but he so far has 540 yards, 7 touchdowns, and an average of 7 rush per touch. 7 rushing yards per touch. And why is that? Yeah, you guessed it correctly. It's thanks to this speed. When this guy hits the hole and he clears the linebackers, he is off. He is just off. He is that fast. Okay, and he's gonna basically lead us to wherever we can get into this Big 12 conference that we just started. Okay, so as you can see, he's got elite speed and he's got starter level agility, but in the high end. So what this tells me, we will explore later when we talk about the play calling. Okay, and then in my run package number 2, I have Keith Reynolds, which is a sophomore, and he has high end speed as well in the starting side and elite agility, and he is averaging at 6.7 yards per touch, 5 scores, 390 yards. As you can see, that's not as flashy as his freshman colleague, but it's not too savvy either. So really good pair of running backs. And on top of that, we have Cameron Johnson, which is our third running back. in the depth chart, and he is our third down running back. His speed also elite, and he's got great hands even for a backup 75. I think for a running back we can't ask for much more, so pretty happy with it. And when we occasionally run a draw, or we run an off tackle or a pitch option in third down when the defense is expecting a pass, then you have these magnificent runs that gives him a 16.2 per average every time he touches the ball. As you can see, this season he had already 5 20 plus yards rushes and 2 40 plus rush yards. Okay, so but all of this, the running backs, they don't run alone. They have to have blockers in front of them, and you have to know what is in your team really. So in this case, we have a pretty decent. Well, it's not decent. It's just an average fullback with 77 strength and 59 run block. Which I mean, he does his job. He's got 4 pancakes in 4 games, so which is okay. But this is not the reason why we are having these magnificent rushes, and these magnificent running backs this year. Is for the plays that we are choosing for them to run. That we will go a little bit later in the video. So if we go ahead and we see in these run packages who is actually the lineman supporting this massive chunk of runs that my running backs are doing. So as you can see, if you come to the tackle position, the base offense, Pacheco and Hooker, none of them are in the run packages. Yeah, you can see that. So Hooker right tackle, Pacheco left tackle in my base offense, and then in my run packages, Charles Prince and George Avila are the tackles. And why is that? That is because both Prince and Avila are much better run blockers than Pacheco and Hooker, that are basically a lot better in pass protection. So that's why we want to platoon them players. So Hooker, he's got 80 strength, 86 pass block, 20 hands, and 45 agility, which is pretty good to protect the quarterback in passing situations. And then Maurice Pacheco is pretty good as well, with 83 strength, 63 agility, 19 hands, and 86 pass block. But we will talk more about that when we get to the pass clinic. So if we can see here what is important for an offensive lineman when opening lanes for our running backs. What is important is strength, speed, and run blocking. Hands is nice to have, but it's not the main that we are looking. So I repeat, it's going to be a strength, speed, and run blocking, and obviously hands as a nice addition. Why is this? Because as we will see later in the strategy section, in the playbook section, some of them they do pulls and they are expected to reach the second level in time for the running back to run through them. Okay, so that is important that we bear that in mind. So as you can see, Prince and Avila. So if we start with the left tackle, if we start from Prince, he is a 4th-year junior. He's got 16 pancakes in 4 games, which is not like outstanding. It's just half of the pancakes that the most that the best linemen in the league have. But it is hard to argue when Landry and Reynolds are running the way that they are running. So Charles Prince, he's got 86 strength. He's got 32 speed, and he's got 84 run block. As you can see, 86 is starter level and 84 is starter level. They are not elite, but they are starting level. And I'm pretty happy with that, considering that we are the worst, remember, the worst team in the Sim Nation College Football League, even though we have started the year 4-0. And then if we come to George Avila, he's got 79 strength, he's got Where are you? Here. He's got 40 speed and he's got 81 run block. So this is almost a starter. This is low level starter, but he does his job. I mean, he's got 5 pancakes. It's not like massive. He is a freshman and his skill is only 62. But I'm really hoping to build into this player like a great run blocker for our team. Charles Prince, he is a 4th-year junior and he is almost fully developed tackle in the skill section. So if we come to the offensive guards, we have O'Neill and we have Baeth. So Dairon Baeth, he's got 86 strength, he's got 48 speed, and he's got 84 run block. So he is really good. So he is a senior. His skill is not as, where I really wanted it to be in a senior, but, I just got in here last year and he was our starter. He is, he's pretty consistent. 38, 38. He's gonna finish 36 at this pace. No, 27 actually at this pace. But that might be because of the way we are running. That I'll show you later. So yeah, Dayron Bayes, he's a solid inside lineman to move those defensive tackles out of position or to block those linebackers with that speed. I'm pretty sure he gets to them and avoids them to go and chase the running backs sideline to sideline, which is what we basically do. So his run blocking is also starting level. And Timothy O'Neill, he's not as strong. And he's not as fast. But he's got 88, which is almost elite run blocking, and he's got 14 pancakes on that left side of the line. Okay, so and on the center we have Tyron Ship, which is 83 strength, 41 speed, and 77 run block. And we only have one backup at the moment, which is John Tapp, which is not good. So yeah, that's what it is. So, do you think the line is the only important bit about running? I hope no, and if you answer no, then you are correct. So wide receivers and tight ends, they also block. And the more people you have out there with pretty decent run blocking skills, the better. As you can see, we have Ariel Simpson, 55 strength, 60 speed, 61 run blocking. He's not elite by any means, but he can get to the linebackers, as you can see. And he can get to the safeties, as you can see. So pancakes 9, bear in mind that when you compare this strength and this run blocking, it's not going to be against a lineman. Okay, this is a tight end. This is going to be against a linebacker, or it's going to be in best case scenario against a safety. Okay, if he gets to the 3rd level, if he gets to the safety that is coming down to stop the run, he has advantage and he probably will put him on his back, as you can see in the pancakes number. 9 so far this year, really good. And then so as you can see again in my passing downs, I have Robert McDaniels as my starter, 71 speed, 84 hands. We will go a little bit deeper into the passing section when we get there. And in the run package, I have Ariel Simpson, which is 55 strength, 60 speed, and 61 run block. Okay, and to end the wide receivers. So obviously we also want wide receivers that are able to block. This is not like, this is a game. I mean, you don't need to have the best receivers on the field all the time. You have to have the right people at the right time in the right place. You are the general manager, you are the coach, you are responsible of this. So you don't have to have just the best players with the best overall or the best speed, the best hands. No, you have to be practical. So we are running the ball. We want blockers. As many as we can, really. So as you can see, Tony Apodaca, 59 strength and 38 run block, which is pretty decent, especially that strength. And remember that they are going to go against cornerbacks. Okay? They're going to go against cornerbacks that are not as strong. And they are not as good at stopping the run unless they have like massive strength. Okay, so and as you can see, Tony Apodaca, he's got 4 pancakes already in 4 games. So at least he is sending one cornerback packing every game, which is pretty good. And then we have Felix Lohorn, which is 53 strength and 38 run blocking, and Donald Schuler as the third one, which is 41 strength, 37 run blocking. Yes, you guessed it right. James Manning is going to be the fourth, 45 strength, 35 run blocking. And also, their skills is pretty good. So Apodaca is 90 player skill, James Manning 75, which is a little bit low for a senior, but that's okay. We like him anyway. Felix Lohorn almost fully developed his skill as a freshman, so he is a hot commodity to have, one of the best players in the team right now. And he is, he gets engaged, he likes to block, and we put him out there, even if he's a freshman. And Schuler, which is 60, it's a sophomore only. I'm hoping this will climb as we go, but I'm pretty happy with this kind of wide receiver blocking. Remember, strength, speed, and run blocking with a modifier on hands. Okay, so this is gonna be it about the players. If you have any questions, just throw me a question in the comments, or reach me on Slack or in Discord, whatever you want. And now what we're gonna do is we are gonna go to the strategy button. But before that, if you can click like and if you can click subscribe, that will keep the channel going, and it will help me to produce more content for you all. Okay, so what are we doing right? Why are we so good running the football this year in comparison to the last year? It is because we are choosing our place. And where are we going? We're going to play Colin. So we are going to go offense, west coast, outside. All right, why outside? This is my way of saying that this is west coast passes, but we will go eventually into it. And then outside is going to be basically outside runs, as easy as that. We know that this game, since like 21, running outside is really good. So, like, really good. I'm not gonna lie. I think running outside is better than running inside. So, that's why if you recruit for it and you have the players for it, then the better. You will be putting yourself in a very nice position, as we are demonstrating this year. So we did focus on recruiting players with high speed, high agility. Julian Landry, I did say before, speed 94, agility 87, strength 52. Are you going to put him to run between the tackles? Of course not. You're going to put him in the perimeter where he has a space and where he can outrun people. And that's going to be the same for Keith Reynolds. He's got elite speed, and he's got, almost elite speed to be technical with the wording, and almost elite agility, and just 57 strength. So what do you want to do? You want to put him again in the perimeter, outrunning people. You don't want to put him between the tackles. If you want to put someone between the tackles, then you might want to put, no, sorry, this is pretty similar. Yes, redshirt to him. So we come here, Alexander Hess. Alexander Hess is a running back that you can put between the tackles. He's got pretty decent, almost elite speed, and he is strong. And when I mean strong, he's strong. He's 76 strength. He can run through arms, through arm tackles, and he can break some weak linebacker tackles. So 76 is pretty good. He's gonna be an excellent goal line running back in the future. I just wanted to keep him a little bit longer because this year I have other people doing that. So that's why I redshirted him, and also to give his player skill a little bit of time to develop a little bit further. But Alexander Hess, this is the player that you want running your counters. This is the player that you want running your dive. This is the player that you want running the stretch plays, and this is the player that you want to be running the counter plays. Okay, so if we come back to the strategy button, after you click in like and subscribe, as I said before, we come to offense, west coast, outside. You can see that I have 28 run plays and 39 pass plays for a total of 79 plays. So why is this important? There are some general managers that they have like 10 runs just to achieve the minimal threshold for the playbook to be valid, and 10 passing plays to achieve the minimal threshold to have that playbook allowed by the league. Okay, I like to have more. And why is that? It's because we know that depending on how intelligent our defensive coordinator is or our offensive coordinator is, they are gonna key in into the plays that the other team is running. So that's why I did select Daryl Richardson. And as I did say in one of my videos before, if you want to have a look, it's going to be in the coaching one. So we don't want this to happen. We don't want, let me just go back here. We don't want for the other team to be focusing on what we do and to be able to shut it down. We just need more than 10 plays for that. Okay, if we're gonna be running the same 10 plays all day long, then we are gonna be carried on. Okay, and now we are gonna look at the plays that we are using. I did say already that running outside in this engine is good. And it did say that you want variety. You don't want to be running all day off tackle right, and you don't want to be running all day pitch left. You have to have a variety for not being like key on. And some of the plays, this gonna be you have to accept. That some of the plays are just there for you to have variety in your plays. They are not there to gain 25 yards every time they touch the ball. They are just there to get that variety on it. Okay, and maybe they pop. One of them pop out. That'll be great. Okay, so if we come and have a look at the scheme, and this is what I'm talking, you have to have a look at the scheme. You have to have a look at what you are asking your players to do. Okay, this is pretty simple. So the off tackle left, running back just go behind the fullback. The tackle, the guard, the center, everyone will clear the line, and the running back will just flow and go and score, hopefully. In the off tackle right, it's gonna be the same. However, your tight end is not going to block. Okay, so bear that in mind. That tight end is not going to block. That tight end is gonna run a seam route. I don't know why. I'd rather want the tight end just to block, but yeah, this is the design of the play. So what can we do? Okay, so pitch left. As we see, everyone is gonna run. It's gonna block the players inside the box, and just the running back is gonna go outside, help out by that wide receiver. Remember, wide receiver have to block. The running back is gonna go basically alone. So you're going to rely on the speed and the agility and the ability to break tackles of this gentleman, to break ankles, to break knees of this gentleman, to get to the outside and hopefully score. Pitch right is going to be exactly the same. Everyone is going to be blocking right, and your running back is going to be alone in the perimeter, which hopefully he will be able to pop for a big one. So we called this play 10 times already in 4 games, and the average is 9.40. So you can say that we want more pitch right? No, because we will be keyed in. If we just do pitch right all day, the other team will notice at some point, and this play will stop being effective. Okay, so that's why we need that variety. So it's stretch left. This is a play that usually pretty much gains 4, 5, 6 yards every time. 3, 4, 5, 6 yards every time. And you can see line is blocking left, and then fullback and running back are going outside of the tackle. Okay, so bear that in mind. Same for stretch right, and then the variation. So sweep left, and that's why we want in this play for our center to have great speed. Why? Because they're gonna go all blocking left, and that center is gonna pull. It's gonna pull outside. It's gonna take the first blocker coming through the box for the running back just to escape. But if we have a slow center, what's gonna happen? Yes, you guessed right. That tackle is gonna end up the run right there because the center couldn't pull enough. Okay, so always bear that in mind. Always look at your scheme because the scheme is telling you what to do. Okay, and it's telling you what game is it. This is one of my favorite plays. Pro set, running back off tackle right. And why? Because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers, 6 blockers against the left side of the defense. And as you can see, the average tells you why I like this play. 24.33 average gain, 1 touchdown. So Proset, sweep right. We are losing the tight end in this seam route. I just don't understand why the developers do this. But that's what it is. So, and if we come to spread formation, most of the teams, when you change to spread formation to shotgun for wide receivers, they open nickel and they open dime formations, and they are very weak against the run. So I suggest you to run these plays against the CPU, especially. Okay, other general managers, they will pick this up like straight away, and they will change the plays from nickel and dime to 3-3-5, and then they will shoot the outside run anyway. Okay, so spread, running back, sprint left. As you can see, I'm asking my running back to go to the perimeter. He's got 2 blockers or the wide receivers. That's why we need blocking wide receivers, okay, to clear the running backs, sorry, to clear the cornerbacks in there, and to allow my speedy running back to get 21.5 yards per touch and 1 touchdown in 4 games. 2 times we call this. Sprint right, again, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers in the left side of the defense, and we have the running back just going inside the tackle, okay, so that's why it's important that that tackle is good to clear the space. 5 times we call this, 11 yards of average and 1 touchdown. Okay, and then you can go like this with every single play. You know, have a look at your scheme, have a look what they do, have a look who runs the ball, and you will be having success in your running plays. Okay, as you can see, this is mostly outside. We have some stretch, some sprint that is gonna get that variation. And I think the variation comes with the formation as well. So you can be running I form, off tackle right, pro set, off tackle right, spread, off tackle right, 2 tight ends, off tackle right, and they will be all different plays for the yeah, I'll say it, don't worry. For the opposite team. There you go. We got that. Okay, so one last bit, and then I think this will be it for the clinical running. And if we come to game planning, if we're gonna run the ball the heck of it in the next game, and we want to lose, I mean, we want a little bit of extra in the run plays, and we know that we are not gonna be passing the ball as much. We want to have that positive, positive variation in how do I say this? So basically, this is gonna give you some positive yeah. So I think some positive number or some yeah, you understand. Let's see if this helps me a bit. So basically, by focusing on the run, this will give you a bonus. That's it. That's it. Sorry, guys. That's it. A bonus. It will give you a bonus on the running plays, but it will give you a minus on the passing plays. So be mindful. If you click this, it will give you the bonus when you run, but it will take away when you pass. Okay, so always bear that in mind before selecting that. I normally have it in balance unless I know that I have a very weak team in front of me and I'm gonna be running 50 times and passing 15 in one game. Okay, and then set up your third down back. As we said, is Cameron Johnson, which is our best catching back, and he's got a sprinkle of a lot of speed in it. And then you have your goal line back. You want the strong man that's gonna be breaking through tackles and is gonna go inside to destroy everything on his line. And then you have to select a focus, and this is gonna be the same that in here. So we know that we are gonna have a focus on outside runs. However, we are gonna be penalized in inside runs, power runs, 3 wide receiver sets, draws. So I know that we are gonna be running outside a lot, so I want the running to be, I want that focus and that bonus to be applied when we run outside. And we want that focus as well, that bonus when the running back is running the football. It's gonna be penalized when they block or when they catch, but I don't mind. I know my running backs, they basically run the football. I don't pass a lot to them, I make them run. Okay, and last bit is the backfill by committee. And if you click that, that means that it means that it will rotate your running backs. However, Brooks has said that this is no longer useful, so that's why we go to the formations bit. Okay, this is one of the questions I had from one of you guys, so thank you for asking, and please keep asking and keep giving me idea to give you these videos and to see what would be beneficial for you all. Okay, I'm more than happy to give my opinion in whatever you say that you want to know about. So this is how the formations work. Okay, as we said before, I have my depth chart and I have my packages. I go run package and I go run to package, and this is how I apply them. I come to formations and I want to use my run package 60% of the time when I run, and I want my run to package 40% of the time when I run. Okay, and this is throughout all the offensive formations. So always when I run, I want to select this, and always when I pass, I want my base offense, my pass offense on the field, and I want my run and run to offenses on the field when I run. And the shotgun for wide receivers, that's a special thing that I will talk about when we get to the passing bit. So yeah, just learn this. So this is how you set up split rotation, and this is how you apply the backfield by committee in the game. Okay, so don't tick that, or you can tick it, and that will give you a slight more, yeah, Brooks has said that it's redundant, so don't pay much attention to it. So to apply that split rotation between your running back, if you come to substitution logic in the energy settings, when I did set it that when they are below 65, they come out, and when they are over 85, they come back in. Okay, because we can't see what the fatigue is online where we play, then I just set it like this and it works for me. If we come to the stats and we come to rushing, I can see that Julian Landry had 77 attempts and Keith Reynolds had 58 attempts, and even Cameron Johnson had 17 attempts. So for me, this is pretty even, and I like to have my running back fresh throughout the game, because that is what is going to allow them to perform on the way that they are performing. If you keep them fresh and you keep them rotated and you have two running backs that can run the football and can be effective, use them both. As I said, this concept of the war horse and the guy that has to run 30 times during one game, this is not for this. They are gonna get fatigued and they are not gonna be as effective running the football. So you want to keep them fresh. Even though they have 86 endurance and Reynolds have 87 endurance, which is really good. I just want them to be 100% every time they come into the field. Okay, and again, I do that by coming to the depth chart, setting up a couple of depth charts in the run 2. Keith Reynolds is the starter, Cameron Johnson is the backup, and in the run 1, Julian Landry is the starter and Keith Reynolds is the backup. And if I come again to the strategy section and I come to formations, 60% of the time Landry will be the back and 40% of the time Reynolds will be the back. And this is how you set up your running game. I really hope this is helpful for everyone. Just give me a shout if you like it. And if you have any further questions or anything that you want me to explain a little bit further, just send me a question. All right. Thank you for your time. See you later.